Good morning, going live from Highgate Cemetery, where there are some pretty influential people buried. And I wanted to be able to show you the final resting place of some of the people because this graveyard is absolutely mind-blowing. So I'm going to go take a little walk with you up to the Lebanon Circle. What is it called, Carol?
Circle of Lebanon
Circle of Lebanon
Crypt.
Thank you. So, where I am starting from. Good morning, Cosmic Diana. So, this first grave that I wanted to show you is George Michael. And my friend Carol pointed out something that was very, very interesting. So George Michael's mom, is that his mom on this side? Sister. His sister Melanie, as you can see, passed away on December 25th, 2019. Now, his mom, that's his mom in the middle? His mom was born December 24th, 1938. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, Noriko. And here is George Michael's grave. He passed away on Christmas Day, 2016. 7 years before his sister. So the dates on the graves are very interesting. But I wanted to show you George Michael's grave. Beautiful fresh flowers. Isn't that gorgeous? So he is buried in Highgate Cemetery. And it's absolutely amazing here. Like, it's actually mind-blowing. I shouldn't say amazing. Amazing is not the right word. It's mind-blowing. It is exactly like what you see in the movies, because the movies have been shot here. And I have to tell you, so the minute we passed the threshold and came into the cemetery, I immediately got a heaviness in my chest and my head started throbbing. So I think that there's major ley lines that go through this place, or else there's a massive, massive
Pyramid.
Oh yeah, look at the pyramid back there. There's so much symbology and energy and somberness that is embedded into this place. It's actually quite spooky. Is that lid coming off? That lid almost looks like it's coming off. It's pretty creepy in here. The heaviness on my chest is, it's interesting to observe it. And so I am going to do an EVP and an EMF session with my friend Carol, but unfortunately I don't think we can do it today because I have to rush back to the house after I show you guys this stuff, and then tape my predictions with Susan for the month of August. So I only have a few minutes to go live with you guys from here. Good morning, Melissa and Kathleen. Yeah, this is, thank you for following along on my journey. I so appreciate it. I'm just totally fascinated by the history of this country and how beautiful it looks. So apparently this graveyard went out of business and it was locked down. Is this the crypt? Ooh. It was locked down and how did they get it back open?
The residents set up a charity.
The residents set up a charity so that they could take care of the graves. Look at this. Wow. This one's really heavy in the chest when I stand in front of it. Pretty sure whoever this person was had heart or breathing issues. I don't really want to be tuning in actually to all these dead people because there's a lot of sorrow and fear that is embedded here. It's crazy. And oppression. Oh my God, Carol. Whoa. So this is where they filmed. Oh, was this, what was that movie? Twilight. Did they do any filming here with Twilight? No? God, this does really look like a movie set. What did they film here?
It's the Hammer House of Horror.
Yeah?
And if you look it up as a film location, they'll all be listed on a Google search. All the films.
The Hammer House horror films. If anyone's heard of those. Whew, the energy here. 1872. Family vault. Oh my goodness. There's a whole pile of people in here. 1906. So for anyone who's just jumping on now, I am in Highgate Cemetery in London, England, where George Michael is buried. Who else is buried here, Carol? That's really cool. We're gonna look it up and tell you guys. This is creepy. Who died suddenly?
Karl Marx.
Ooh, Karl Marx.
Faraday.
Faraday, who's that?
Physics.
Oh, physics, okay.
Karl Marx.
So this is the Lebanon Circle
Circle of Lebanon.
of Lebanon Crypt.
Catacombs.
Catacombs.
Crypt.
Crypt. Vampire stuff, you guys. Crazy. What's in there? Ooh, an altar. Ooh, that's creepy. Ugh.
That's the mausoleum.
This.
You might be able to see the coffins if you go in enough.
Oh, ew, really? Ooh.
No, they've taken it out.
Okay, that's really creepy. Ugh, I could just feel death all around me. Well, obviously, but it makes your body feel very heavy, short of breath, almost like the life is being drained from you. Hello.
Did you see it from above?
Yeah, totally. Let's go upstairs, you guys. I love your trip and all the places you visit. I think I'm gonna do the same, the English places. Oh, do it. You know, you only live once, you guys. And after everything that we lived through over the last 3 years, it's taught me to get out and live. Quit making it a wish or a someday. Make it a now. You know, I think that all I know, the only thing that we can take with us to the grave is our experiences. Nothing else. We can't, why would you want to line your coffin with money? Spend it, experience it. You know, I stopped buying my kids gifts and I buy them experiences now, experiences that we can have together as a family. And it's made all the difference. So any parents that are out there watching this, think of, instead of the next, you know, Nintendo game or whatever, can you buy them an experience that brings the two of you guys closer together? You know, like for an example, last year, when my husband got his bonus, I went out and I bought all of us those electric scooters. And so in the summer, every night, I'm like, hey, you want to go for a boot scoot? And we do. We take our scooters together, all of us, all 6 of us. And we go around the neighborhood and we go on the bike paths and we have a blast. We grab a coffee and then come back home. And it's brought us closer together. So think of something that you can get for your kids or your partner, whoever's important to you, as an experience, because all this stuff, you know, it's just stuff that breaks and loses its importance over time. And the only thing that our children really crave is our presence and our attention. And we give it to them when we buy them experiences that we share with them. So, okay, ew, this is creepy. Is this another mausoleum?
That's the mausoleum.
Mausoleum of Julius Beer. Wow. Okay, so let's go for a little walk and check out some of these beautiful headstones. So I don't know if you guys, the people that are watching this, follow me on Facebook, but I've also been posting a lot of my reels and stuff on Facebook. And so we got the early morning private tour of Stonehenge. It was absolutely amazing. I have to say, Stonehenge has a much softer, peaceful, or more quiet vibration than Avebury. Avebury feels very staticky and it can mess with your head. With Avebury, it was like we were missing moments of time or not in our bodies. It felt like almost like my spirit was half hanging out of me. I don't know how else to explain it, but the vibration in Avebury is extremely strong. And it can really make you feel like you're losing your mind if you're not fully aware of how potent it is. But while we were there, we made contact with not only some sort of UFO, because we were sitting in the St. James Church graveyard. In Avebury, we rented the Gravedigger's Cottage. And it's this 17th century cottage that is on a church that was built in 1098. Let that sink in, 1098. So anyways, as a psychic, it was insane and it was so busy with spirits in there. Not only did we make contact with spirits, the spirits that were in the cottage as well as in the graveyard, but definitely some sort of UFO, some sort of something in the sky, because we had our EMF detector out and we were using it to communicate where the spirit or whatever's communicating with us, it literally will light up the EMF detector when you ask it questions. And the reason why is because spirit is all energy and vibration. And an EMF detector detects different fluctuations of fields of energy. And when there's nothing electrical around it, it should not be lighting up. And so people who try to communicate with the other side, it is an excellent tool to be able to get a visual yes or no demonstration of what the spirit is trying to say. So anyways, not only did we use it for the people in the graveyard, but I have a laser that is strong enough to be seen from space. And for anyone who follows Stephen Greer, there's a certain pattern that you go like this. It's 3, 6, 9. You do it 3 times, 6 times, then 9 times out into space. And then you see what flashes back. Well, when we did that, we got something that was flashing back at us. And not only did it flash in the sky, it flashed in the EMF detector as well. And it made the EMF detector actually do the 3, 6, 9 pattern back at us. So it was completely mind-blowing. I do have footage, I did record it, of you can see my laser going off and you can see the EMF detector answering. My only thing is that I wasn't able to get what was happening in the sky because I was filming it all with my phone. So trying to get as much proof for you guys as humanly possible, but it was really cool. We definitely had open communication with something intelligent in the sky that was then using our EMF detector to go off and blink in the same fashion as what I was doing out there. So really trippy stuff. I'm gonna put a compilation of all the cool stuff that I've done together and show you some of the sessions that we did. I wanted to go live when I was there at the St. James Cemetery, but it ended up pouring rain on the night that I was going to do a live for you guys on YouTube. So anyways, the weather here is super hit and miss. So hopefully I can still, are we lost? Okay. Hopefully I can do a live here at Highgate Cemetery. Probably not today because I have to rush back to Carol's house and do a YouTube interview. And then the cemetery will be closed. But over the next couple days, I will let you know when I'm going to go live. I will post it on my Facebook and my social media. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, do so you don't miss the journey. If you're interested, if not, that's cool too. I'm just yabbering and saying, whatever comes out of my mouth. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching along with me. Give me 1 second, Carol. Any other? Oh, what is this grave with the doggo here? What's the story behind this?
He was a prize fighter, and the dog is with him always now.
Aw, when did he die?
What's the date on that? It's over 100 years ago.
Oh, wow. So he was a prize fighter?
Yeah, he was a boxer.
He was a
And
boxer.
that was his mastiff.
And that was his dog. That was his mastiff. Wow. Champion of comedy. Addison Cresswell. Manager, agent, and producer in 1960. Anyone else that's really cool on the way back? Is it only 3?
Yeah.
Oh, praise God, we got time. I thought it was 4, and I was going to be like, we got to
I
go.
think this is a horse
Oh,
buried
good,
here.
we can take our time.
I think
Really?
There's
There's a
a horse buried
horse buried here, you guys. Wow. Highgate Cemetery in London. Anyone have any questions? Faraday. Okay, and who is Faraday again? Physics. This is the grave of Faraday. Wow, beautiful to be buried right under that tree. Oh, there goes the bells. Which reminds me of something that was really crazy, freaky cool that happened at Avebury. So we're doing one of these EMF detector sessions. And I knew that we had the spirit of like a priest or a vicar, someone who led the church, loved the church, was very involved, is what it kind of felt like. And so we start asking questions. And one of the questions that I asked was, are you stuck in this realm? And the EMF detector goes off saying yes. So I ask, can we pray for you? And nothing. It goes silent, which is a no. Then I change the way I ask the question. Can we pray with you? Would you like to pray with us? And the EMF detector starts going off crazy, saying yes. And right when it says yes, the bells of the church go off. And the bells in this over 1,000-year-old church, 1,500-year-old church, the bells go off since the beginning of when it was created, every day, around the clock, 24 hours, on the hour. Even at 3 a.m., waking you up every night. So, anyways, my friend Catherine earlier that day had run in to the local parishioner who takes care of the bells, who was checking the bells. And this was earlier in the afternoon. So I'll point that out, yeah. The bells were working. They were checked that day. And they go off on the hour. It was 1:52 a.m. and we have it on tape that the bells started going off. And it was the only time in the night that it was off, and it was off by 8 minutes. So, and the bells went off the second that we asked that question. So it was really interesting to see that, you know, the energy was powerful enough that it could even mess with the electronics that control the bells on that church. So I wanted to point something out to you. You need to see this house. The people who built this were clearly insane, and I have to show it to you. So check this out. Can you imagine building this? And Carol, you have to tell them. You're gonna come close. I won't put you on camera. Check this out. Okay, let's go up. Okay, tell them the history of this.
This house is currently on the market for £6.5 million sterling, if anybody would like a contemporary home in the cemetery.
And how did they acquire the land in order to build such an opulent and almost distasteful? Because you look at the history of all this. These are all their neighbors. And then you look at this modern glass home.
And this land was where the stonemasons were making gravestones. So in order to raise money to maintain the cemetery, they sold the land off, and an architect built 3 contemporary homes next to each other. And this one is currently on the market.
Okay, guys, look at this. So that's clearly his glass office. Cool elephant. What's that?
You need to read the sign.
Oh, active home. Activate home? What is that? Private home. Not part of cemetery. Occupants alive. Not part of zoo. Occupants human. Thank you for not staring on or photographing in. Oops. Sorry, I did. That's someone's home. And this is their neighbors.
This house is on the market.
It's on the market for 6.8 million? 6.5 million pounds. Not Canadian dollars, folks. And these are the neighbors. Like not even a garden. No, that's their garden. That's the depth of their $7 million, 7 million pound garden. Wow, though, look at this. This is really pretty. Yeah, Melissa, I think that it's almost a sin to build something like that, so opulent and futuristic and modern in such an old energy. Like it's just two completely different energies, you know? And England, I have to say, has really held on to their heritage. Even how they feel about it is still a trigger. There are certain things, I guess, in England you just don't talk about. And it's interesting how every country believes that they're the victors, you know, in history, and it's really who wrote the book, because we really don't know what went down because we weren't living there at that time, and it's all perception. And if you think of who wrote our history books, you know, who's telling the truth? Because this is a very somber country. This is beautiful. Okay, if I see any vortex trees, I will point them out because I did see a couple of them on the way in.
Nichols.
We're looking for Nichols. Who is Nichols again?
Next to Nichols is the grave of the lost girls.
Oh, that's right.
And they don't have a gravestone.
So how
they
would we-
were prostitutes that were rehabilitated, and the church gave them a proper burial in Highgate Cemetery, but they don't have a headstone. There's 10 of them stacked on top of each other, and the youngest was 14.
Wow. Did you hear that? So 10 of them in one grave. And the youngest girl being 14. Wow. Aw, look. That one looks like it's hugging the other tree. God, this place is sadly beautiful. It's stunning, really.
Here it is. They're buried.
Oh, they're buried right here. So there are 10 prostitutes, young females, in this unmarked grave. Wow. So sad. Those were somebody's daughters. Hopefully they find peace on the other side. That is so sad. Could you imagine owning a cemetery? There's over how many? 30,000? 30,000 dead bodies buried here. I don't think we're talking urns, right? Just bodies?
There are some cremations in the vault.
Did he count that in 30,000?
not really.
No, I didn't think so. So there's 30,000 graves in here. That's a
2,000
lot of
graves,
energy.
30,000 bodies.
Pardon?
2,000 graves, 30,000
Oh.
bodies.
2,000 graves, 30,000 bodies. Charlotte Fuller books,
Beloved.
1869. Ooh. I saw my first Rembrandt yesterday, you guys. That was trippy because every which way you look at the painting, he's painted it to make it look like he's looking at you from all angles of the room. Rembrandt, his self-portrait is hanging where?
At Kenwood House in Hampstead Heath.
At Kenwood House in Hampstead Heath. So if you guys are going on a bucket list journey to London, England, Hampstead Heath, say that again?
Kenwood House.
Kenwood House in Hampstead Heath. That is fascinating, absolutely fascinating, the art that is in there. And it's free to go in. So definitely worth the tour. It was pretty fascinating to see a Rembrandt and his only self-portrait. It's somber. You know, if it wasn't worth anything, or if it wasn't very expensive, I would have loved to buy that. If it didn't cost millions and millions of dollars, I fell in love with it, actually. I couldn't stop staring at it and staring at his eyes. I could literally feel the energy of the painter with every brush stroke. He was a very quiet man, wanted to be alone, liked his solitude, really loved nature. I think he had a dog, because I keep seeing a dog, a black and white, looking like a collie or a sheepdog or something next to him. And I see him painting by candlelight. Larger man, modest man. Even though I'm sure, was he worth anything? Did he have lots of money? Rembrandt?
He made money, but obviously
He didn't live like that.
didn't live
Because I
like
don't
that.
see that. I see a pauper's life, or not a pauper's life, but like just like a cabin off in the woods. He was leave me alone. He really liked his solitude. He was not a people person, didn't like crowds, had a fascinating mind. I could feel his energy and feel his spirit connecting with me as I stared into his eyes, into the painting. It was fascinating. I was there for quite some time, connecting with his energy, because I could literally see him painting the painting. Yeah. Which is trippy, because he was, I think, alive in the 15 or 1600s, like so long ago. Okay. Hi, Renee. Yes, I'm still live with you. I'm still live. Hi, Kathleen. You are catching me live at Highgate Cemetery. This is where a lot of the Dracula films and horror films were shot. It's the home of George Michael and his family's resting place. At the beginning of my live, I was showing that. So it's good to see you guys on here watching this with me. I'm going to go to Windsor Castle tomorrow, so I will probably have to take pictures. I don't know. Some of these people or some of these places don't like you to go live. So I can try and be inconspicuous, or I will do it if I can. But I'm trying to do as many lives as I can to show you guys the journey. So anyways, I will do another one from my next place. But yeah, I wanted to show you. Are we going out this way?
Yep.
Okay. Well, kind of come to the end of my tour, because I have to get back and do some remote viewing for next month's predictions with Susan. I'm filming our astrological and psychic predictions for the month of August today. So going live from London. So I have to go home and do my homework and see what you guys are facing for the month of August. So anyways, sending you a ton of love all the way from London, England. And keep your eyes wide open for my next live. And I will see you soon. God bless. Bye, guys.